Our father, I would say exuberant. My dad has a personality that fills a room, and it also is a change agent in a space.
Dad enjoys driving. He's a road warrior. Being from Dallas, no matter when we lived in 8 different places across the country, it was always a drive to Dallas. And when we moved to Georgia, it became the 12-hour drive to Dallas, straight through, no stops, no stops. And we had this van, this called the Good Time. It was, the walls were carpeted, it had a sink. I think that's where at least I got my exposure to all the great classic soul music that we all love now. But the problem was Dad only had like 4 albums that he played. So we are Gap Band connoisseurs, Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway connoisseurs, the Griswolds, Clark, Vacation, that's Ray Robinson.
We come from big family, and community was essential. So all of the moves that we had, my mother was very strategic. As he forged the way in terms of where we were going, she was the one that would make sure that we set up community, and together they would ensure that we understood the value of it. What I've come to appreciate is that my parents not only loved each other, they were great partners. They led, and they led powerfully together.
When I was named president of the Southern Region for AT&T, Bob Allen, who was my CEO at the time, said, "Ray, we want you to go to Atlanta, and we want you to do all the things that the CEOs there do." So I decided I would join Eastlake, because that's where all the CEOs in Atlanta, they all seem to feel like being part of the community meant being a part of the community.
The thing I remember most, and still do, is he lights up a room. He has got a $1 million smile. He's a $1 million salesperson, and marrying those 2 qualities was a perfect fit.
Tom and I got to be very close friends after spending a fair amount of time with him on the golf course and talking about his vision and what he hoped to do here in this community. It was fairly obvious to me that the community that he was talking about was very similar to a community that I grew up in. I grew up in Dallas, Texas. I grew up in a segregated community, but it was a very close-knit community. And the centerpiece of that community was the school. When Tom approached me about joining his staff here at the foundation, he said, "Ray, there are 3 things I want you to do. I want you to fill out the membership." At that time, we were trying to get at least 100 corporate members. And he said, the goal number 2 is I want to get the tour championship here on a permanent basis, because we were alternating between here and the champions in Houston. And he said, and the 3rd thing, I want you to get your handicap down. So I said, well, 2 out of 3 is not bad.
What I knew is Tom Cousins is the coolest man and heart of gold, and he cared about my dad. I came to really understand that this work that my father and Tom Cousins were doing and are still doing is a game changer.
He had one job, and that job was to fill the membership at Eastlake. And he was able to do that successfully, and needless to say, that certainly provided the financial basis for all the wonderful things that we see happening in the community through Eastlake and the foundation.
Tom Cousins could have picked anybody in the universe to do this role, and he picked Ray for a reason. Ray is the ultimate connector.
To engage Ray in helping us tell that story was so important, and was a critical part that helped bring on board any number of national corporations through his extensive relationships through AT&T, as well as his other board work across the country.
I am extremely honored that the foundation would select me to be honored in such a way. It's a very, very awesome feeling that I have because of what the foundation means to me and what Eastlake means to me. I'm thankful to Tom and Ann for giving me the opportunity to participate in it. It's the thing I'm most proud of that I was a part of, and I'm thankful for that.
He's always looking beyond himself in order to make sure that the environment or the situation is right for someone else.
We're making progress, but we have a long way to go. Ray is as enthusiastic about that mission now as he was then, therefore I am.
In my opinion, our work is far from being done. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, we're just getting started, because we're now seeing generations of individuals who have come through this community, and they are now contributing to society. And my goal is to see that it continues.
It's been 30 years of partnership with Ray and his enthusiasm and his support for the families, the children, the community that have been such a blessing to Eastlake.
There is no box for my dad, our family, for us. Myself, my brother, our kids, we will keep doing the work and making Daddy you proud and Mom you proud too.